It's been another month, so that means it's time for another game dev update. And this time around, I have a lot of changes, and I'm excited. We're going to start with the fact that we now have a boss card shop, and our progression stuff is all changed up. What do I mean? Well, these are the items you can find in the world. If you pick up one of them, you'll see in the bottom left corner here, the icon goes ahead and changes to tell you which one you will be able to find in the world. Now, at the current moment, they're just these crystals, but imagine you're getting a shovel or a pickaxe or some tool to be able to find that one thing in the dungeon. You can't carry around a shovel and a pickaxe and a weapon and everything else at the same time, so you get to choose one and choose what do you want to find in the dungeon when you go into it. But when you find things in the progression shop here, you will see now we have updated the names, the icons that all have everything. You can see which currency it requires, how much of it, and you can press the plus button to add it once you have enough. I'll go ahead and add that option to you. This is your current amount that you have, and every time you add to it, it'll tell you what your current is. I'll probably give it an option to also see how much it adds down the line, but for now, this is what we have. As for the boss card shop, if we go in here, you will see we have the bosses. If I go ahead and open one up, you will see I have a lot of cards in here, and they have a currency here in the top right. And this is the same currency as in here in the top right corner. Just shows you how much of this currency you will need. Now, at the current moment, I'm using the same icon for all the bosses, but in the end, it will be a separate icon to actually show you that they are separate currencies for each boss. So in the past, when you defeated a boss, you would get a card. No more of that. Instead, when you do any damage to a boss, you will get some currency from them, whether you die or you actually defeat them. The difference is if you defeat them fully, you will get 100 currency, but if you die before you can kill them, you will get the percentage of the health they are missing divided by 2. So if you did 50% of their health and damage before you died, you'll get 25 of their currency. And once you have enough, you'll be able to unlock things. As you can see, some of them are white, some of them are green, because you can only unlock things in order. So I don't have a Berserk in my deck, so I can get the first one for 100, the second one will be 200, and if I had the second tier, then the next one would be 300. Values potentially will change, but for the time being, those are kind of the default ones that I've set everything to. It is possible that down the line, we will have separate amounts of currency depending on the card it is, but I think most likely we'll keep them all tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 as the same costs across the board. So that way, if a card is too powerful or too weak, we should adjust the card instead of the price. But you can see here, this one has fewer options. Same thing with this third one, fewer options than the first one. And that is because this one has new power-ups, which you might have noticed. We have increased regeneration for stamina, an aura that slows nearby enemies, enemies taking damage when hit for thorns. We have the guaranteed crit every 10 attacks, an aura that slows enemy projectiles, and I can shoot out projectiles in 4 directions from the player. This one's still being worked on, so this one doesn't actually fully work yet. But I can show you these guys right here. So let me go into the game and show you all the stuff. Now, I'm in the game, and I see a lot of bounding boxes. Why do I see bounding boxes? I have no idea. I actually do not know. That is something for me to look into and figure out down the line. But now I can go in through here, fight the enemies as I would normally, but let's go ahead and try out the new power-ups. I'll use backspace to get into my debugger, scroll down to the power-ups, and let's grab some stuff. We'll get stamina regeneration rate, 50%, and this one stacks because it does not say unstackable. An aura that slows enemies, thorns to have them take damage, guaranteed crit every certain amount of attacks, and slow down projectiles by 50%. So if I have all of this, you can see they're now getting a few icons as they are actually stacking with them. They should now move a little bit slower, as you can see when they're inside of the area. The range of their attack is not going to be slower, but they themselves are. The other thing is I don't have a actual icon here for dashing anymore. The dash now uses stamina. And you can see once it's done, after a few moments, it will return. Now, the way it works is by default, the dash uses 50% stamina. And there's also a power-up that reduces the amount of stamina it uses. So you can increase the stamina regeneration and reduce the amount you can use, which is great. And if you have at least 1 stamina, you're able to then go and use it and will be in negative stamina. So you can actually go negative stamina, and that's fine because it will just take longer to go back to positive stamina. So let's say you're in a bad situation, you just have like 2 stamina left, it just started regenerating, you need to get out, you can, it'll just put you in negative, and then it'll just take longer to regenerate. I felt that was a better option, as that will make it so you don't have to just spam the dash button constantly. I've isolated one of these guys. As you can see now, when he shoots his projectiles, it's much easier to see. The projectiles actually are going to get slowed down as he shoots. They get slowed down, and when they get out of the range of the aura, they stop being slowed down. So we are able to very easily control kind of the area around us. And of course, it also stacks with other things in the area, like the power-ups that increase or decrease the aura radius and strength. And I honestly don't remember if it was this month or even last month that I did all the blood changes. You can see that it's all pixelated blood. It's a lot prettier now. And over time, these do disappear, and you're just left with a simple body. As you can see, there it goes, disappearing with a simple corpse in a blood pool that's just pixelated, which looks, I think, really nice and definitely helps with the performance aspect. We got our boss portal. We can go inside, and there's the boss. Now, with the boss, I can actually show you this in the top left. It is our hit counter. So I've now done 4 hits, 5 hits. This next hit is guaranteed to be a crit. If I do a big hit, it goes back to 0, and I know that was definitely a crit, because based on the power-up, every 6 attacks is a crit. Now, other hits can still be crits, but thanks to the power-up, I'm guaranteed a actual crit there. Now, I'll go ahead and just let the spider kill me at this point, so that way I can show you guys what happens when you die and you still get currency as well as the game over screen. One thing to note, though, because I do have thorns, every time the spider is trying to damage me, as he's going to do here, you'll see he is taking damage. It's very, very easy to tell on thorns that things are working great. And the damage the bosses take and any enemy takes on damaging you is a percentage based on their damage, not your own. A boss does a lot of damage, it's going to do a lot of damage back to itself. Here we go, he's almost got me. There he goes. Now, I'm fully dead. It's going to give us with the game over screen. Here you can see all the power-ups that I gave myself for this demonstration, as well as the original ones that I had here. And you can see I have 33 great spider coins that I've collected in this run. Now, the collected section here is the currencies that stay with me. So this I can now have. If I picked up any meta progression items like those crystals in the world, it would also appear here. But now I can choose to go to the hub or the main menu. If I, for example, go to the hub, here I am back in the hub. And if I now go to the boss card shop, you will see I now have 33 currency to hopefully purchase one of these cards and add them to my collection. And you can see here in the top right, here's a 33. So we now have new power-ups, updated progression system, an easier way to customize what cards you get, and it allows you to also feel like you're making progress. Even if you, on the first attempt, only do a few hits onto the boss before you die, you will still make progress and feel like you're achieving something forward, because it is no longer you have to kill the boss to actually get a new thing. Now, there's more updates that I haven't shown, but those are the main ones for this month. As always, I'm going to continue putting out monthly updates. And if you'd like to support my game development journey, you can join me on Patreon, like these wonderful people here who support what I do. It really means a lot. And if you'd like, the link to the Discord will be down below, as always. And if you're looking for some more game dev style videos, check out this one right over here.